A stat that not many people want to hear. Cristiano Ronaldo has failed to score in 8 of his knockout stage appearances at the World Cup, including third-place playoff game, going 570 minutes without scoring and taking 27 shots in the process. Let's get into it. Was it the right decision or the wrong decision, Michael Lahoud, to leave Cristiano Ronaldo out on the bench? Nigel says yes, because they're a better team without him. But what's your thoughts?
I think it was the right decision. I think you could see a glimpse of the quality that he still has. The run he makes at the very end, outstanding. Same for Banu. This difference in this game, as I said in the England-France game, sometimes having an outstanding goalkeeper, it's almost like Banu had an extra 2 arms flanking him with the saves he made. That early goal that Portugal was pouring a pressure in front of the Moroccan goal. When you score 6 goals in your previous match, you're going to have that swagger about you. You're going to look for that knockout blow early. This was always going to be a 1-goal game, whether it's 2-1 or 1-0 against a stingy Moroccan back line. And Portugal, you could see it was a ticking time bomb. As soon as Banu grew in confidence, the rest of this Moroccan team did. I think that I still stand by Fernando Santos for making Ronaldo come off the bench, because Ronaldo is not a team player. And Portugal, they will be ruining the missed chances they had. Not because Ronaldo didn't start, because they didn't execute.
That's Red Devil Michael Lahoud commenting about the great Cristiano Ronaldo, legend of Manchester United, no more, apparently. Rafa jumping in with a comment here that's going into our next subject. Why does the nationality of the referee matter? This is the World Cup. That was directed at our boy, the G, Del Boy, for his comments right now. I want to also introduce to you a comment that Bruno Fernandes said after the game. I don't know if they are going to give the cup to Argentina. I'm going to say what I think and F them. It's very strange that a referee from the team that's still in the tournament is refereeing us. They have clearly tilted the field against us. JJ, your thoughts on Bruno Fernandes' comments?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it echoes as well, I think, what Pepe said as well after the match. So clearly, there's a lot of Portuguese players feeling sorry for themselves. I think as well, it kind of mirrors how people in France felt about Portugal's success in Euro 2016. So certainly over here, there's not too much sympathy for them. But at the end of the day, I don't think Portugal have anyone to blame but themselves. I really thought that Portugal had turned the corner in the last round of games, absolutely blowing Switzerland away. I didn't expect Switzerland to be that bad, but also equally, I didn't expect Portugal to be that good and that changed, without Cristiano Ronaldo in the team. I thought part of it was down to Fernando Santos, and unfortunately, Santos kind of came into his own in this game because, I think some of his decisions were lacking. Like Nige said, why are you not throwing on Leao, much earlier in the game, trying to be more direct, and trying to get at Bruno? It's going to be difficult enough to breach that defense in 90 minutes, let alone, 10 minutes or whatever it was at the end. So, it feels like an opportunity missed for Portugal, because Portugal were in that really strange situation where, if they'd advanced past Morocco, they would have been outsiders to win this whole thing because of the individual quality they have. But the fact it was pretty much a new team without Cristiano Ronaldo in the mix and just coming on for a couple of minutes at the end of every game. So, it feels now, there's a lot of sour grapes. And I think as well, with Portugal going out, Ronaldo, we saw him in tears going down the tunnel. That's, his last shot at the World Cup gone. Same goes for Pepe. And I think as well, Portugal have to move on from Santos now. I know he said he's going to be flying back to Lisbon, holding talks with the Portuguese Football Federation. They have to make that decision, move on from him. I mean, you've got someone like Bento, who's just worked wonders with South Korea. Bring him in, before China snap him up or before the USMNT decide to take a look, because I think Portugal have the potential certainly to challenge for Euro titles, for World Cup titles with the talent that they have, but they must move on from some members of that generation now.
Yeah, I'm with you, JJ. I fully agree. I think the only thing I would say is that it is a bit of sour grapes, but I do think FIFA do have to really think a lot about what referees they place for certain games, because that will eliminate all these type of things.
But do you not feel like all the refereeing the last couple of days has been pretty,
terrible,
below par?
Yeah, the referee in the last couple of days has been terrible. And I'm not going to say it because I'm British, but I think that the referee that we've got from England, who I remember refereeing me when I was a kid, he's the best referee in world football. He reminds me of the Italian guy. I forget what's his name again, Ian.
Oh, jeez.
The bald-headed one.
Yeah, the one, Kalina, from the 06 final. Yeah,
it reminds me of that kind of presence when no one will mess with whatever nation. The only thing I don't like, I must say, which it does help their way, is when you look at that Argentina game, off subject. Messi should have been booked a few times. And the way that Messi did that deliberate handball and the referee didn't book him, it doesn't look good for football. It doesn't look good for FIFA because you've got to treat all the players the same. And those type of little incidents stop people talking like that. And the fact that Van Dijk's face when he's told the referee and the referee just looked and smiled, Van Dijk's face says it all because that is a bookable offense. It doesn't matter if it's Lionel Messi. So it doesn't help. But like I said before, either Morocco or Croatia wins this World Cup. I want one of those two nations to win it. Someone that's never won it, because it makes all this World Cup worth it.
Nigel, you honestly think that? You think Morocco gets past France now?
Oof.
I wouldn't write them off. I didn't write. Listen, you guys written them off not to get past Portugal. What we saw from France today.
He's not answering it. Is that a yes or no? Yes or no?
I will put Morocco to beat France. I'll tell you this now. I will put Morocco to beat France. I've said it here. Okay. Morocco to beat France.
Wow.
And Croatia to beat Argentina.
There is a quick look at the bracket right there. While we're looking at this bracket, I'm just going to let you guys know that FIFA have charged Argentina for disorder at the World Cup following their match with the Netherlands. A record 17 players and coaches were shown a yellow card in the game or even after the game included. It looks like both federations will get a fine for their actions, of course. Not sure if it will happen before the semi-final takes place for Argentina against Croatia. I'm sure it will happen afterwards. Tomorrow, just a reminder for everybody out there, we're going to have a show as we preview the semi-finals. We're also going to have CBS Sports and Paramount Plus rules analyst expert Christina Unko on the show with us. So make sure that you join us. She's going to break down the refereeing decisions and also talk about the craziness that was that performance from Mateo Lujas. I can't even pronounce his name correctly right there. But just before we close it out on the quarterfinals, this has been one of the most unpredictable JJ World Cups that we have ever seen right now. Do you see it stopping here? Do you think we see the favourites reach a final, or do you think we'll still see either Croatia or Morocco make the final?
I mean, honestly, I'm tempted to join Nigel Rio-Coca in his boat and go for the underdog story, because
I'm in a yacht.
I mean, Croatia. I mean, I said this in our show yesterday. Think of what Croatia have achieved at international level since 1998. 1998 was the first time we got a look at them, as a country in their own right. And, the amount of quality that they have brought to the international stage since is just, it's incredible. And the mentality that they have as well. I mean, okay, I know you're pretty much signing yourself up to strap in for extra time and penalties with them at a World Cup based on what we've seen in 2018 and this year. But, it's just such an emotional roller coaster. I've got to be honest, I did pick Argentina to win it at the beginning. And I still suspect that may well come to pass, or at least they may well have a shot at it and get to the final. But if Argentina are as explosive as they were mentally against the Netherlands, if you sending someone like Leandro Paredes into a match to calm it the F down, that is just the stupidest idea ever. And honestly, Argentina was so close to getting what they deserved for some very, very dodgy decisions. And I feel now Argentina have actually shown their major, major weakness. And if Croatia want to exploit that, which they're very capable of doing, given how strong they are mentally, somebody raised this point the other day. I can't remember who it was. They said Croatia are kind of like the Uruguay of European football. And I tell you what, they are probably the worst team that Argentina could come up against in the semi-final. Do not write off a potential repeat of the 2018 final.